That is actually Albedo.
Traveler, Paimon, how are you? And who is this accompanying you?
Some random boy.
You must be Calx. It's a great pleasure to finally meet you. I am the author of A Legend of Sword, Forgive me. It's rude of me to introduce myself by my pen name when meeting in person. Please, call me Xingqiu.
Xingqiu.
And you may call me Albedo, then.
No. That would be most improper.
Why not? Seeing as we're both friends of the Traveler, it'd be more convenient for us to use our real names. Besides, we've already corresponded with each other many times before. In fact, I feel a bit self-conscious seeing you act so politely.
I'm so cringy doing the fake names.
It's not just you, Albedo. We haven't seen Xingqiu act this awkward before either.
It's a real eye-opener, that's for sure. I learned some new tips on manners today.
You guys, it's certainly not good taste for you two to be teasing me like that.
You punk.
Oh, by the way, we happened to find a story from the poem hunt competition at the docks. I heard that you are collecting them.
Poem hunt?
Huh.
You know, that thing where we have to find pieces of paper with stories of the 5 Kassen? Venti found one, and then he was allowed to be a model for one of your portraits.
Huh? Oh, yes, that's right. Oh, I understand the story now. Thank you. It's very helpful.
Splendid. Though, I'm still piecing together the story myself. Would you kindly explain it to me in more detail?
Me, please.
If all of you are free, why don't we discuss this over a meal?
Ooh.
Well, about that.
Do you have other plans, Xingqiu?
No, not at all. Speaking of dining, Shimura's unagi chasuke is quite delicious. Would you like to go there?
Yeah, sure.
Shimura's. Unfortunately, today is a bit windy. How about Uyu Restaurant instead?
That's perfectly fine with me. But I must first unpack my luggage. Let's meet later at Uyu Restaurant.
Something didn't quite add up just now.
Huh? No way! Paimon thinks we acted well together. Did we say something we weren't supposed to?
No, Paimon, I'm not referring to us. Traveler, what are your thoughts?
Xingqiu was a little suspicious.
Huh? Xingqiu's suspicious? Hey, what are you two talking about?
It was obvious, Paimon.
Paimon, you read the poem, right? Although it may seem confusing to Xingqiu on its own, what if we read it together with a previous poem we found?
Ooh.
Read them together? Let's see.
Smart move, Albedo.
Suiko lost Aoi no Okina's poem in a drunken stupor. So, Aoi no Okina recovered the poem and gave it to some mysterious person. Huh? Wait a minute. Could today's story be hinting that the one who stole the latest copies of A Legend of Sword is Xingqiu himself?
What? Dude.
No way! That can't be right! Xingqiu only arrived in Inazuma this morning!
And that is precisely the point of suspicion. If Xingqiu had only just arrived in Inazuma, how could he recommend Shimura's Chasuke?
Ooh.
Moreover, he didn't raise any questions when I suggested another place because of the windy weather. This means he knows that Shimura's is an open-air restaurant.
Are you saying that Xingqiu has already been in Inazuma for some time? And that he's only pretending he just arrived?
Ooh, what is this freaky merchandising stuff?
Yes, that is indeed my conclusion.
But how could Xingqiu be the book thief? His mission is to fight for justice, isn't it? There's no way he'd do something against his own ideals.
Calm down, Paimon. Even though this is the first time I've met Xingqiu in person, we've communicated via letters for some time now. I do have some understanding of his character. I think there must be some deeper motive at play here. The story also tells us that Aoi no Okina flees with a poem because of a threat.
Oh? Could Xingqiu be in danger?
It's difficult to say at this point. But given that Uyu Restaurant is indoors, it'll be easy for us to detect anyone following or eavesdropping on us. I think it should be safe for us to talk there. I'll be relying on your assistance to get to the bottom of this matter.
Got it.
Good. Then let's head to Uyu Restaurant.
It shows Soiko prone after getting dead drunk. Includes some fashion from Mazda. I bet he seems to love this picture very much, and a certain someone has had to remind him several times that he's not actually in the picture.
Festivals always attract so many people.
Blue, 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 blue.
I don't see anyone suspicious around. It seems clear for the moment. Let's go inside and wait for Xingqiu.
Oh, this whole thing's starting to make Paimon a little nervous. What do we do? And what do we talk about when Xingqiu gets here?
You don't have to talk, Paimon, please. You don't have to talk. Let Calx be the one talking. Please shut up for a moment. Please.
First, we must ascertain whether Xingqiu was already in Inazuma or not. If we can find evidence of him deceiving us, then we can use it as leverage to persuade him to tell us the truth. Since we're still waiting for him, why don't you go and chat with other guests in the restaurant and see if you can learn anything useful?
What? How? Like what? The music. Dum, 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 dum,
Respect must be given to the will of every creature.
dum, 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 dum. It sounds like funny dumb, right? Like someone doing, like Bent is doing something, right? Or Klee.
Welcome to Uyu Restaurant. Please.
There has been so many
What's all
lively
Rico too?
customers recently. Hello there. What can I get for you?
Hi! Do you have any special recommendations today?
Why, of course. I'd personally recommend our freshly caught seafood. It's been pouring these past few days, so the fishing boats haven't been able to sail at all. But the weather finally cleared up today, so we have some fresh catch.
So the weather at sea has been bad these past few days?
That's right.
It sure has. A few guests from Liyue were just telling me that their boat was heaving and rolling all the way here. They couldn't do anything but sleep the entire trip.
Ooh, so he could not have read in the boat as he said. Ooh, nice.
Oh, this might be some useful information.
We're way behind schedule.
Where's the secret? Ooh, I bet we're going to come here. What's up, Kuchuwe?
Welcome to Uyu Restaurant. Please talk to me if you want.
No, you're not important then. Hey, Joe Tanquito.
The last phase of the Irodori Festival is when they release the all-new publications. The one I'm really looking forward to is A Legend of Sword.
That's right. A signed first edition is going to become quite the collectible. I've got to get my hands on a copy.
I've seen Genyu's signature before. His handwriting is super neat. He must be really diligent about his style.
Ooh, he's the one writing the things with his pretty handwriting.
He'll be there in person on the day of the release, so we'll get a good look at him then. I hear that he's actually pretty young.
Wait a minute. Did you just hear that? Not only will Xingqiu be signing novels at the release, but his handwriting is super neat?
What? How could that be? Oh, Paimon, you're so smart. I didn't catch up on anything they said. Is he included in the persons I have to ask?
Uyu Restaurant. Please talk
Albedo, what should we talk about when Xingqiu gets here? Any ideas?
I will try to break the ice by talking about our work on novels and illustrations.
Oh, nice one.
If he really is hiding something, then he might feel even more nervous than we do. If we start by talking about our work creating novels, perhaps he will lower his guard.
Oh, come to think of it, Xingqiu mentioned that he'd like to thank you for finishing the illustrations on time. He said they looked amazing despite the time you had.
Oh, but how did he know? How were the illustrations?
Is that so? That is also a very valuable clue.
If they were given after he completed the script. You're so smart, Paimon. Huh. Everyone sits.
That was delicious. Inazuman cuisine largely consists of fresh seafood, which is certainly to my liking.
Nice.
That's good. We were worried you might not have an appetite because you didn't sleep well.
Ooh, he didn't sleep well.
Now's our chance. Let's talk to Xingqiu and see if he says anything useful.
Oh, you're so smart, Paimon.
Maybe we could start by asking him about the journey.
Talk about the book he read during the voyage.
By the way, Xingqiu, what book were you reading on the way here?
Oh, I was reading a novel called Pretty Please Kitsune Guji. It was sent to me by my editor.
Didn't you feel dizzy while reading on the ship?
It was nothing I couldn't handle. Don't forget, I'm proficient in the arts of the Guhua clan. That being said, there were quite a few people aboard who felt seasick.
Well, there doesn't seem to be anything suspicious about what he said so far.
Oh no. Talk about his thoughts regarding the journey.
Well, I've never embarked on such a long journey before. Though I was quite excited when we set off, the long days at sea quickly became most monotonous.
Speaking of the journey, did anything noteworthy happen along the way?
Well, to be honest, I spent most of the trip with my nose in a novel.
Well, that didn't tell us much.
Talk about the scenery on the journey.
To be honest, there wasn't much to see. Just water all around, morning to night. The sheer monotony of the trip caused everyone to grow a little impatient. So, when the peak of Mount Yogo finally appeared in the distance as we approached the islands of Inazuma, everyone crowded the deck to have a look. However, the ship sailed along at a crawling pace. It took a whole day from the time we saw the mountain peak to the time we docked.
Suspicious.
Paimon didn't catch anything suspicious so far.
No, there was something really suspicious.
Oh, right! If it took an entire day to reach the docks, then it would have been pouring rain at the time they saw the top of the mountain.
Yeah, that's right, Paimon. Wow, you really catch on things.
We learned a couple of things from his account, but we still require more evidence. Let's discuss creating novels with Xingqiu.
Talk about Xingqiu's own novel.
While it is entertaining to read novels, writing one is an endeavor of its own. You must give great thought to every detail, from the layout of the plot to the rhythm of the lines. And even when you have come up with interesting content, there's still no guarantee that it will be to your liking.
I couldn't agree more. Whether it's writing a book, creating art, or studying alchemy, seldom can you really feel joy after seriously delving into the work.
Xingqiu and Albedo are getting into some deep topics now, but nothing suspicious has come up.
Talk about Albedo's illustrations.
Speaking of illustrations, Albedo, I've long wished to express my sincerest gratitude for providing the illustrations in my novel. My novel didn't sell well in Liyue, so I must admit that I had some reservations regarding its potential. Yet you've consistently managed to select the most important scene of the chapter for your illustrations. This made me feel as though what I was trying to express could be understood after all.
Thank you. However, I took some risks in the illustrations, so I'm feeling slightly uneasy myself.
Risks?
Light novel illustrations are typically centered around the characters, but this time, I adopted a different approach in the illustration for the last chapter.
Ooh, in the chasm?
Well, that scene was intended to depict the change in the world, so I thought it very fitting to draw only scenery.
Doesn't sound like anything suspicious has come up so far.
No, there was a crack in his alibi. My illustrations were sent for printing the moment they arrived in Inazuma. So, logically speaking, There's no way he could possibly know what the illustrations look like.
That's what I was saying in the first. Ooh, he got high there by the shadows. And the lighting, ooh, high albedo cannon. High albedo cannon, dude. A little piece of Genshin.
Xingqiu, we have something very important to ask you now.
Ooh, high albedo cannon.
Oh? Why the solemn looks all of a sudden?
Xingqiu, what's with the facade?
Huh? I'm afraid I don't follow.
Mr. Okazaki told us earlier that actually the weather at sea was very bad these last few days. So when you said that everyone came running to the deck to see Mount Yogo, that couldn't have happened!
Unless they like really the rain on their faces.
On top of that, the latest installment of A Legend of Sword will only be revealed at the Irodori Festival. Even we, the creators, haven't received a sample copy. If that's the case, how could you know what my illustrations look like?
Damn, got you, bitch.
Well...
The jig's up, Xingqiu. You were already in Inazuma before today, weren't you?
The jig is up, Xingqiu.
Are you in some kind of danger but can't tell us the truth? Don't worry. The Traveler and Albedo are no pushovers. We can help you.
I love how his name or her name, depending of your character, is always, oh, the traveler. Like, dude, I'm more than a traveler, you know. more than a traveler.
No, please. You misunderstand me. I suppose my lack of sleep is inevitably taking its toll on my mind. I didn't notice for a moment that you were testing me at all. I did in fact come to Inazuma early to handle some things. Let me consider how to explain this. Oh, this is most embarrassing.
Oh, well, if this isn't a coincidence, I didn't expect to see everyone here.
Oh, Venti, what a surprise. What a nice surprise.
Huh? Tone-deaf bard, what are you doing here?
I heard that the owner of this establishment has some fine-aged wines. I didn't want to miss the opportunity to taste them.
Paimon knew you couldn't possibly be up to anything good.
Excuse me, Paimon, shut up.
Says who? In fact, I come as the bearer of good tidings. I just bumped into Kujo Sara a moment ago. She said that the Tenryou Commission has apprehended the criminal who stole all those copies of A Legend of Sword. You needn't worry about it any longer.
Ooh.
Huh? The criminal who stole A Legend of Sword?
Did I say something I shouldn't have?
Oh, don't worry, Venti.
Oh no. The person they apprehended. Was it by chance an editor named Onodera?
So they mess up, so they pillage the book to correct some mistakes on the writing.
Apologies, Kujo Sara didn't mention a name, but I saw her taking someone toward Hanamizaka.
Everyone, it's too late to explain. We must make haste and rescue Onodera.
Oh, poor Onodera, dude. He was just doing his work and he's going to be decapitated by Bulbasaur. Hey, bartender, serve me. Oh among the youngsters, even a store run by an older culture like myself got quite a lot of customers who came for the festival. Everyone's all dressed up to nines and in high spirits to boot. Which is good, of course, very good. It feels like Inazuma itself is growing younger once more. Haha. I've heard you are a real big shot. Who told you that? Haha, Erica must have been bragging about me again. To be honest, I did have a pretty stand-up reputation when I was at the Tenryu Commission. Though I'm retired now, Yoriki and Doshin still often come to me for advice. Dude, my controller is dumb. It's moving itself. Okay. Recently, even some major figures from headquarters have visited our store. It seems that there's something afoot in Inazuma. Ooh. Inazuma is currently... Oh, you're still young, dear customer. Why do you care about politics in Inazuma? Well, it's understandable. You're a traveler from afar. After all, it would be troublesome if you got stuck in Inazuma. If I must shed some light on the matter, the Tenryu Commission believes in the power of our almighty Shogun. She definitely has her reasons for making her choices. Glue, 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 glue. Onodera.
Next on the agenda.
Professor.
Please, wait! Onodera is innocent!
Oh, so you must be the author of A Legend of Sword. I didn't expect to see others tagging along with you.
Anyway, you mustn't take him away. I can explain everything.
No need to worry, Xingqiu. I've just explained everything to Madame Kujou, and Kuroda has testified for me.
Nice.
Yes. In fact, we were just getting ready to leave.
Oh, phew. What a relief.
But with you to the prison.
Wait a minute. Does everyone else here already know?
They started just laughing about at Xingqiu.
Well, to be precise, we had dispatched 2 additional squads here, in order to prevent the suspect from escaping.
Ooh.
Xingqiu looks pretty flustered. What exactly is going on here?
I bet it has something to do with his signature.
Though it's most embarrassing, it appears quite a few people are aware of the situation now. There's no use keeping it a secret.
Chongjun is my... what?
In the end, I'm the one responsible for this whole predicament.
No, Xingqiu. It's only appropriate that I take responsibility for this. Everyone, please let me explain.
Xingqiu.
For the Iridori Festival, I recommended the idea of selling newly released novels signed by the authors. Not only was this the first major project I was in charge of since joining the Yai publishing house, but Lady Yai also gave me a lot of support.
Nice.
However, I did not discuss our plans with the authors in advance. As a result, it caused a great deal of trouble for Xingqiu.
Xingqiu.
Yes, to be frank, calligraphy is not my strong point, so signing events are really not my forte.
So they are signing them beforehand?
Even though such an event will be difficult for Xingqiu, after telling him how important the plans were to me, he immediately boarded a ship to Inazuma to come up with a solution. So these past few days, Xingqiu has been actively practicing his handwriting. However, it takes time to sign each book, and we realized the time we reserved for the signing was not nearly enough. So I came up with the idea of moving the new books from the warehouse to my place. That way, Xingqiu could use these few days to sign them all. I thought everything would work out without a hitch. I never expected that someone would immediately realize that the books were missing from the warehouse. To make things worse, I was on vacation and staying with Xingqiu in my house these past few days. I had no idea that the situation had turned into such a huge mess. All of this happened because I wanted to prove myself through this event.
Onodera, I agreed to your proposal because I didn't want the readers to know of my unsightly handwriting. Also, I knew that Onodera had been misled by one of my prior signatures. At a previous event, the Yai publishing house had requested autographs of authors so that they could be put on display. I practiced tirelessly for an entire day to finally deliver a stylish and elegant signature for the event. But looking back on it now, I had dug myself into a hole by delivering that nice signature for the sake of my pride.
Hey, come on, you two. Loosen up a little. The theft was nothing more than a simple misunderstanding. Besides, everyone has something they do not wish others to see.
Ooh, 20.
Yeah, that's right. All that matters is that Xingqiu and his books are okay.
Onodera, I think you should explain the truth regarding the stolen books to the rest of the people on Rito.
Yes, I understand. I'll apologize to everyone.
We should probably be heading back to Rito as well. Let's tag along.
I mean, I guess you get problems like that, you know? You're like, okay, why didn't they, you know, ask the, for example, the Tenry Commission or whatever, to let them some books for something, you know? Either the ad of something else, I don't know. But they got in trouble because they were like, okay, this simple thing, let's do it our way. So dumb, but it's also so basic. A basic human error, mistake, whatever. Things that can be solved easily, and the human factor that makes the problem bigger than it should have.
Please be mindful of your personal safety at all times.
Onodera, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be on leave these few days?
I'm very sorry for all the trouble that I've caused.
Yes, Onodera, but why didn't you tell everyone earlier? If you had told us, we could have thought of some ways to help you.
That is what I was saying, you know, sometimes you make dumb decisions and trying to solve a simple thing.
That's right. We're a team, and we should be helping each other in tough situations like this.
Let's leave the past behind us now. Our first priority is to help Zhenyu with his signatures. How is your progress so far?
Xingqiu.
My progress is not what I had hoped for. Even after working through the night these past few days, I've only finished perhaps 1/10 of the signatures.
Oh, no wonder Xingqiu looked so sleepy today.
I understand. Murata, go back to Yae Publishing House and get Aratani to book a room on the second floor of the Uyu restaurant. We'll be using it for Genyu's emergency calligraphy lessons.
Yes, Mr. Hirayama. It just so happens that my brother is a calligrapher.
Ooh.
Should I ask him to lend his assistance as well?
Of course, we.
Yes, good idea. Ah, you've just reminded me. 2 calligraphers from Liyue arrived today. We've worked with them before, so I'll go and ask them to help out too.
Nice.
It seems I'm really in for it now.
No need to worry, Zhenyu. I'm sure you can do it. Didn't you finish the last chapter of your novel in just 1 week's time?
Yes, but writing novels and learning calligraphy are 2 entirely different skills.
Even though Xingqiu still has to deal with his handwriting issue, Paimon somehow feels a little relieved now.
I always used to prefer working alone in my workshop, but I've come to realize that solving problems with others also has its merits.
Oh, nice teamwork. Yeah, friendship.
We also owe a special ode of gratitude to the mysterious person who has been leaving important info for us along the way.
Huh? You mean whoever left behind those stories about the 5 Kase?
Yes, you, Paimon.
Pardon me, but what are you talking about?
Oh, right. We haven't had a chance to explain things to Xingqiu yet.
You explained what happened.
I see. It appears that Onodera and I were spotted when we were moving the books. Albedo, may I ask you one thing? Are you able to include me in a portrait as well? Not only do I owe the successful resolution of today's incident to that story, but I also hope that I'll remember this lesson.
No problem. Considering the similarities between the portrait and the events that have taken place, your proposal is very reasonable.
That figure was none other than Aoi no Okina himself. This turn of events had begun with an unnamed individual, under whose coercion, Aoi no Okina was forced to take drastic measures to retrieve a page of poetry. He knew nothing of this individual's true intentions. All he knew was that the poem had to do with an old acquaintance, Akahito.
Akahito.
Albedo really is something. He finished the portrait of Aoi no Okina in no time at all.
Nice. He actually looks nice with the glass thingy. The how do you call it? Monocle? And this hair looks longer than the actual Xingqiu has.
Wonder how Xingqiu's calligraphy training is going at Uyu restaurant. Hey, do you think whoever left those stories for us could be hiding somewhere nearby?
It's a possibility. Maybe it's Glee.
Oh, hello? Mr. Storywriter? Are you here? Could you please help Xingqiu with something?
Nice. This looks nice. The afternoon shine. The red tree. The Inazuman banners there. With Jai and Boba Fett.
He's a friend of ours, and the release of his new book is super
just talking to the air. Ooh.
What's that sound? It was just a cat. Looks like we can't make them reveal themselves that
Maybe
easily.
it was Miko?
It's getting late now. But let's go back and get some rest. We still have to go to the docks and wait for another ship tomorrow morning.
Ooh, there is someone there. Ooh, spookiness. Nice, Theater Mechanicus. Ooh, I love Theater Mechanicus. I love tower defenses. Theater Mechanicus Stage of Brilliance. Inazuma Komakata is promoting the latest version of Theater Mechanicus during the Aerodori Festival. Ooh, now these are my two world quests. Ooh, two of the basic ones and the Wanderers. No, this is the basic one, right? Yep.
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
No, Suikukos, no. This is how you know Okina likeness, as done by Albedo. Xingqiu was the model for this portrait, and it depicts Ayuno Okina stealing away the poems that he himself had written, complete with some special touches from Xingqiu's own Liu-style clothes. The source material does state that Ayuno Okina was a much older person, but oh well, Mikos probably won't mind. I think in the end it's like they were like their successors, right? I'm thinking wishing 10 more for Venti's banner, and then waiting for when I finish the battle pass to wish 10 wishes on the standard banner, so I can have my 50 wishes done in this banner. Ah, you're here. Lena wrote of our regret that we did not meet sooner yesterday, and so today I wish to gift him a verse as well. Haha, it's my honor to accept such a gift. Although I'm an old man now, after meeting friends from Mondstadt in recent days, I have grown quite interested in the place. For this poem I wrote in imitation of Mondstadt bards, and the verse will also mention some of that land scenery. Unfortunately, I've never been to Mondstadt, but could you have me take a few pictures of Mondstadt regional specialties? Leave it to me. Haha, in that case I will be counting on you. Just like in the previous days, 4 pictures will do the trick. Okay, well, that's all for now. I think with this mission I will be done with the... I will be done with this, but I will be closer to date with the events. I think I will have 2 missions from the Theater Mechanicus, and then I will have to wait for other things for tomorrow. Oh, I like this scene. But I will take a break. See you guys later.